get to choose whether he wanted to serve or not.
Sure, but I mean, Murray wanted to be into
on
the
that
win.
side. Yeah.
And just quickly, Chris, while we're on this psychological warfare for the early calls early on, really interesting to see Andy Murray walk onto court and take the chair closest to him. 99 times out of 100, the first player on the court will take the far chair, and that would have had him in eye contact with his camp. Now it's crisscross across the chair.
Wow. Well, Murray trying to make an early statement. That guy knew how to pound the forehand from the middle of the court.
19 Grand Slam finals for Ivan Lendl. Had a meeting with him this afternoon. He doesn't give much away. Whenever you try to ask him, probe about tactics, he gets quiet. But I did get a sense how he thinks his guys should approach this match.
Well, that's going to be the really interesting thing to see how this match unfolds. Because, you know, for Murray, yes, he's become more offensive. The knock on him, which was justified, was that he was way too passive and defensive in his previous major finals before last year's Wimbledon final when he played well in a losing effort. But the flip side of that is that if he's maybe too offensive, that could play into Rogers' hands.
From the Federer side, Paul Annacone really discounting Murray's matches at the tournament. The competition hasn't been tough. He really hasn't been pressed, and focusing on the last couple of meetings.
Well, I agree.
They played in Shanghai and London.
Yeah, and first one, that one, Murray won the one in Shanghai, which was just after the U.S. Open. And then Roger got him at the year-end championships in London.
After Murray made a hyper-aggressive start and got up a quick break, Federer was able to turn that around. For some grinding rallies. Murray had a chance to come in that rally with the short ball, but went back to the baseline, Patrick. More down Federer.
Well, you know, Roger knows that he's got to be aggressive. That was kind of a BB kind of point. It hasn't taken him long to get into this match. I mean, there's some outstanding hitting here in this first game.
Federer now faces an early break point.
Coach Annacone. You don't often see Paul on the edge of his seat in the first game.
Yes.
And Federer's had the much tougher draw to get to this semifinal. Davydenko second round, Tomic third round, Raonic fourth round, Tsonga five-setter.
Tougher on paper for sure, but he handled all those guys easily until Tsonga. And he, you could argue, was outplayed over 4 sets, but was steadier and stronger in the 5th. Murray hasn't been pushed at all. Chardy here in the previous round pressed him just a little bit.
Oh, what a shot.
Federer responds and holds after saving up break point as Greg Norman looks on.
Well, I mean, certainly a key for Federer is always when he plays a Djokovic or a Murray is that first serve. As goes the first serve, so goes the rest of his game. He's won 82% of points on his first serve points in this tournament. That's the highest of any of the players left. The other part of Federer's game, of course, is the forehand, which has broken down on occasion in some of these big hard court matches. This was against Tsonga. It didn't break down there. He did make a lot of errors. Now for Andy Murray, well, guess what? This guy's the best returner in the business. The stats back that up as he attacks the second serve here of Chardy. That allows him to dictate from the middle of the court with that beefed up forehand wing. This is when he took on Gilles Simon, who had nothing in the tank in this match. And Murray just had his way again, controlling the point, using his variety there, and finishing it off with the forehand into the open court for the easy overhead winner.
First point, Murray. This is a second serve now. And it's Federer taking the return and coming in, but the sweet pass.
15 love.
Certainly Federer trying to send an early message that he's going to look to attack the quicker court. That's where this quicker court can be an advantage for Federer, that he can play some quicker points. In years past on this court, there's no way you could have come in on second serves consistently. We'll see if he can do it tonight.
And
I think where Paul Annacone has made the biggest difference for Federer is that backhand side. That rally's a good example. He didn't get off the baseline once. He kept hitting it, going after the ball, not using the slice as much, because that's gotten him into trouble, obviously, against Nadal, Djokovic, and Murray in the past.
Thirteen, 15. Wrist removed.
Is that correction? Yes. I didn't understand what you said.
14, 15.
Yeah, neither did we, Roger. It's called an ace, corrected by leaning in the chair.
Game Murray. One game.
Our IBM insights for this match targeting this statistic, winning more than 36% of the first serve return points for Murray. If he can do that, very likely he can win the set. Federer pretty dominant, although Tsonga was able to break him 5 times in the quarterfinal after Federer had not been broken coming into that match.
Yeah, Federer leads most of the stats in serving in the tournament. Murray leads in returning. So something's going to have to give in this one, and I certainly think that those serve return numbers will tell a big part of the story of this match.
I went through the stats of the last half a dozen times these two guys played, and interestingly, Andy Murray out-aced Roger Federer in most of those matches, in fact, all of those matches, but it was the second serve points won by Andy Murray that let him down in the matches he lost.
It's a big stat in any match on the men's side especially, but if you look back at the last 9 meetings, which starts with their final here in 2010, the winner of that category, protecting your second serve, winning the higher percentage of points, has been the winner of the match every time.
Let's for service.
Yeah, it's a beefy forehand there from Murray. And that's a weak second serve there from Federer. That was just 95 miles an hour with no direction on it. Look at this. It's in the middle of the box. That's an easy return. Murray immediately gets in control of the point. It's over.
Federer's confidence in that side, Patrick. He's willing to go backhand to backhand, but Murray able to
not a good pattern for him, because Murray's just more solid off the backhand wing. He can hit the angles, he can hit it up the line, and he's starting to hit that backhand with a little more authority in the last year. Look out.
Just like his first service game, Federer faces a break point, this time 2 of them.
Yeah, Murray knows that was a very makeable pass there.
Federer, typically when he loses matches, struggles in that department. Struggled big time against Tomic. Actually, didn't hurt him. He won it in straights, but also against Joe.
Incredibly, Murray's won 52% of service return games coming into this match. I mean, that's unheard of in the men's game. Maybe on clay, excuse me, Chris, you would see some of those numbers on a clay court from a Nadal, but on a pretty quick hard court, that's impressive.
Also interesting to see Andy's game evolve from a couple of years where the backhand was really the kill shot and the forehand was the rally shot that would try to open up the court for the backhand, and now it's completely different. It's the forehand that's become the kill shot.
Besides breaking his opponents more than half the time, Patrick, Murray has gotten a break early in every single match. One of the first 2 service games of his opponent, he has broken through to jump in front. Now he hasn't faced the world's greatest servers en route to this match, but the pattern could repeat right here. Another chance for Murray.
Well, lots of opportunities and lots of looks for Murray on these break points. I mean, he's been in every rally. And that's why Lendl sort of putting his head down. He's saying, wait a second. I mean, it's one thing if the guy hits aces, but he's been in every point.
It's still fairly breezy down here as well, Patrick. And a couple of these shots, he's trying to get the extra spin on the ball to control it with the breeze.
And now a 5th opportunity already in this first set for Murray to break. Comes a momentum shift if you don't get the break at this point.
Let's for service.
That's very much the Murray game plan. Began with a strong return, and the Scot out of the blocks quickly.
Murray leads by 2 games to 1.